Good evening, everybody. We are here for the AF3 finale in this inferior German car at the Bikernieki High Speed Ring. Uh, got some new graphics going on tonight with the live Drivers' Championship. I'll be keeping that as up to date as I possibly can while trying to manage the stream, that table, race control, and everything else that the other admins just don't want to do tonight. Yay, me. The 7 people in that table are the only ones who can mathematically win the Drivers' Championship. And then the 3 teams in the bottom are the only teams that could mathematically win the Teams' Championship. Currently, Diego is leading that Drivers' Championship, and his team, Polaris Motorsports, with his teammate Polybius, are the current Teams champions, should everything go well for Polaris in this race. Speaking of Diego Domingo, currently on provisional pole with a time of 120.5 after the first set of flying laps is coming in. He did have the fastest time in practice. He was about 3/10 quicker than the guy in P2 in practice. So he is looking on good form to have the pole position, fastest lap, bonus points, on top of potentially winning at least one of these races. Obviously, if he wins that first race, he's going to start reverse grid P15 for race 2, and he'll have to try and claw his way back through this field to try and get a double victory for himself in this event. Maximum points for this event, I believe, are 53. You can get 2 points for the fastest lap, 1 in each race, 1 point for qualifying on the pole position, and then 25 points for finishing first in each race. So yeah, he could walk away with 53 and really just run away with this Drivers' Championship and whatnot. River Racing looking strong, sitting in P2 of the Teams Championship right now. Yes, Maddie, I'm sure my stream is looking choppy as always. I still don't know why. Go on board with a River Racing driver here as he is coming through. Oh, that's about turn 7 or 8, and he puts it in the gravel and immediately teleports back to this pit lane, so he'll be on an out lap now. Substituting in for River Racing tonight is Miles in a not River Racing car because, well, that's just how reserve skins work, unfortunately. But Miles will be racing in Jens's place for River Racing tonight. He is their team's designated reserve, and he will be trying to score as many points as possible to get River Racing the team's championship, should they be able to beat Polaris Motorsport in these 2 races. Right now, River Racing looking slightly in a better position, maybe. P4, P6, where Polybius sitting down there, P8. Sorry about that, had to step away real quick. Glad to hear that the stream's looking okay for you, Riley. Maybe it's just Maddie's second world internet there in second world internet country. It looks like we're gonna have Miles Rag coming up to the line now. Can he improve on his time? He's currently sitting P6. Does not look so. He might have actually been on an out lap. I didn't see even an update there. See what his last lap was. 120. No, that wasn't an out lap, but he did not improve. He was 1/10 slower. Go on with Pingu Quinn. his last lap 127. He's currently about 8 tenths off of the leader. Sorry, 6 tenths off of the leader. He'll have good run down to the line, but it looks like he did not improve also. On board here with Nemanja Popovic, who's currently sitting P10 on his out lap. See if he wants to improve on that. He's coming to the end of his out lap, making some room here to the car in front. Probably hoping to be a little bit faster than Toaster through this lap, and does not want to catch up to him and have to manage an overtake that could cost him some time. I was in the F3 cam, Addy, but the F3 cams at this track are kind of trash. But we can run this for a little bit. As only a couple more turns here for Nemanja to navigate. He is trying to improve on his lap. Not looking good for him so far. He's not set a single green sector on this lap. Got about 2 turns to go. Can he improve, get himself deeper into that top 10? And he will not improve. We'll do a 121.8, not improve on that. Check on board with River Racing. Nobody really improving. Jack Olivier improves to go P2, putting Zhao P3 now. Jack looking to start on the front row, but there's that 3/10 gap I mentioned earlier that Diego had on the entire field at the end of practice. Josh crosses the line. No improvement, will stay P5. River Racing now P5, P6. Polaris Motorsport P1, P9. Stands right now. Diego will be getting the bonus point for qualifying pole position. Based on his pace, he'll also be picking up a bonus point for fastest lap. As it will be hard for anybody to take that fastest lap off of him when they can't even get within 3/10 of him. Check out our leader, does not improve on that lap. Check in on Zhao. He is on a flying lap. But no, he's not on a flying lap. He is on an out lap. So we'll go back with our leader, who's definitely on a flying lap here. See if he can improve and put more of a gap to these simpletons in the field. Not improving so far. Might have the best lap he can do going out there already. Tell you what you guys should do. You should pull up live timings And look at that, because every 10 seconds it's just crash with environment, crash with environment, crash with environment. Lots of people out there messing up. Lots of cars coming through this high-speed section of the track. I mean, the whole track's really high-speed. Not too many low-speed corners here. Getting way in the dirt there, just barely keeping it on track. I do believe he was off track there. Don't know if this lap is going to count for Polybius. Like I said, currently sitting P9. Got two cars chasing him down. Don't know why they're driving so close in qualification. Got about a minute and a half left to go here for anybody to challenge Diego for the pole position, or to just improve their positions. Looks like we might have some pretty sizable gaps in this field, as the entire field is spread out by about 5.5 seconds. Good that we got a lot of participation here in the final tonight. We got 19 drivers that will be competing for the championship points on offer as we hit 1 minute to go, and people will be starting their last flying laps. Last chance on improvement here for this group of drivers. Do believe that is Josh Brooks there following Barry Dane and Polybius, so he's getting a good toe off of these guys. Oh man, that must be the fastest line he's found through there. You know what? I'm gonna say there aren't Kuno's track limits there, because they're all doing it. They're going over those red and white curves to gain some time there probably. And it looks like we've lost Barry Dane on this flying lap. He might have gotten the Kuno's cut, or just felt that he was way off his pace, so he felt he has fallen out of his lap. Now we're just on board with Polybius and Josh Brooks here, as they are starting sector 3 of this lap. Checkered flag flying now. Drivers will be finishing up. Vivo's first one to take the checkered flag, P8 provisionally. Polybius is going to be making his run to the line, and he goes P8 as he takes the checkered flag. And looks like Josh decided not to take the flag. Maybe he was slower on his time, because yeah. So as it stands now, Diego Domingo will get the pole position point. And that puts him on 156 points in this championship. One more point closer to winning it for him. And of course, here goes Polybius to do childish things and run around in the bonus time. Lots of dead time. Do a little grid walk here as we wait for the race to start. Starting on pole position will be Diego Domingo for Polaris Motorsport, followed by Jack Olivier, Zhao, and Pinguquin on the second row. Barry ahead of Josh Brooks on the third row. Miles, who's racing for River Racing in place of Jens, ahead of Polybius on the fourth row. Vivals ahead of Nemanja on the fifth row. Toaster ahead of Mythic. Mixtrol ahead of Epoli. Cano ahead of Mario Fonseca, who's in Jens's car. G750 ahead of Thomas Cameron, and Mosquito will round out this field. Nice long run down to turn one at this track. Be a high speed corner. And currently, all of the drivers' points reflect the positions they are in. I'm going to work my best to keep that as updated as possible. See how that goes. And, we will definitely have this updated anytime a VSC is pulled out, and it will get updated after the race with the final results from race 1. Lights are on, and away we go. Diego gets a good start. No pressure here from Jack as he makes his way, but Jack is under pressure from Zhao, who got a slightly better start than them. Is up the inside as all the drivers rush in down here. Everything looking all right. I can't see what happened. Bunch of drivers in the... Oh no! Assetto Corsa has crashed. Oh no! Oh, how else could that have gone any worse? What's happening? I have no clue what is happening. Guys, hear me now? Yes, you can. Awesome. So I don't exactly know what happened. Let me try and get rid of that box. Jack Olivier is somehow in the lead of this race. Diego Domingo has dropped to P4. Josh Brooks is up into P3 for River Racing, and Pinguquin is in the mix of things too. Josh Brooks overtaking Pinguquin right there for P2. Pinguquin making the comeback on him though, and that position gets given back immediately. As we have a car off there. Don't know who that was. And Jack Olivier is just running away with it now with a 3-second gap to the next driver. I'm sure the drivers are going to be pretty upset with me because I bet a safety car should have been called when my game crashed, and there was nothing I could do about it because I did not see it. So again, Jack Olivier leading from Pingu Quinn by a margin of about 3 seconds. Josh Brooks P4. Polaris Motorsports not having the best of race. Polybius up from his starting position of 8 to 5, but Diego Domingo having a really bad race, falling from the pole position to P10. We update the live drivers standings here. Where's Miles at? Miles staying P7, right where he started. Vivols falling to P12 for P9, and Zhao, who started this race P3, is currently sitting P8. And that's how that shakes up now. Polaris Motorsports lead narrowing to 270 from 271 to 254 for River Racing after the opening stages of this race. Again, sure, the drivers are going to be upset with me for not calling it VSC, but nothing I can do about that. While I'm thinking it, though, I should probably reset my microphone in Discord before they can't hear anything I say. Current point for fastest lap on is going to be maybe Pingu Coin 120.3. Still looking. It is in fact Pingu Coin with a 120.3 fastest lap. So as it stands right now, Pingu Coin would get the bonus point for race 1. Throw that in the championship table. See how we're doing now. Pingu Quinn slowly catching Jack Olivier. Gap down to about 2 seconds now for the lead. Josh Brooks another 2.5 seconds behind Pingu Quinn in P3. But under pressure from Barry. River Racing car under a lot of pressure here from Barry Dane, who would love to get around Josh Brooks, throw a monkey wrench into this championship for River Racing. As he's going to the outside, Josh Brooks on the inside, Barry Dane on the outside. Looks like they're going to make it through this turn cleanly. Check in on Diego. He is up from P10 to P9. But trailing by quite some margin to P8 Zhao. He's going to have trouble passing Zhao here because Zhao wasn't that far behind him in qualifying pace. So their race pace is about the same also. As Zhao makes a move on Toaster. And Toaster has disconnected from the server. That will be a DNF for Toaster. And Miles and Zhao and Diego all move up positions in this championship fight. Update this again. Again, we now have Diego Domingo sitting P8. Bolivia sitting P5 still. Josh Brooks still P3. Miles is sitting P6. Pingu Quinn still 2. Feebles has moved up to 11 as a result of the DNF from Toaster. Zhao has moved up 1 position, and Jack Olivier staying P1. And that is how the championship currently shapes up. Hopefully we can keep this race clean, and these drivers can keep the fighting clean on track. This is race 1. This is race 1 still. Race 2 will be directly following it. Currently, Jack Olivier leading race 1. He's maintaining his 2.5 second lead over Penguin fairly well. Penguin not making inroads on that. Current reverse grid pole sitter is Nemanja Popovic, who would love to start reverse grid pole and convert that to a win, which is a common occurrence for our reverse grid pole sitters to convert those to wins. And for a second there, it looked like Barry Dane had made the move, but I guess that was just a spot of lag where Josh did not make that turn. Barry on the inside, Josh on the outside. Looks like this move might be complete now. No, it is not. Josh still maintaining his position, P3, but under all kinds of pressure from Barry in that faster on grass motorsport car. This is honestly some of the best racing we've seen. A lot of pressure here. A lot of clean racing too. Not much crashing going on around here. See if Barry fancies another move here into this 90-degree turn coming up. He's looked at it a couple times. He might make, oh, as he has to go wide to cover off the move from Polybius there on the outside. That will cost him a chance to make a move on Josh Brooks into the 90 as we have seen before. And Polybius looks like he's trying to make a move on Barry Dane down the inside. He is. They're touching. They're rubbing. Rubbin's racing here in touring cars. And Polybius does make that move and makes it stick so far as Barry Dane is now falling from P4 to P5. And Polybius has made that move upwards in position. And Barry Dane's going back around the outside. They're getting ready to come onto the front straight, side by side. Who will make it to the line? Barry Dane looking like he's slightly ahead as they make the run down to turn 1. Polybius gets the inside line there. As Barry Dane gets tapped a little bit there, not much to write home about, but he is now way off track and will lose multiple positions all the way down to P8 from the P4 battle. As Miles, Zhao, and Diego all pick up a position as a result of that off-track adventure there for Barry. Current fastest lap still looking like a 120.3 from Penguin earlier in this race. No, I take that back. It is a 120.0 from Diego, so he will snatch up that bonus point if nothing changes by the end of this race. He will snatch up that bonus point, giving Polaris Motorsport just a little bit more of what they need to win this team's championship. Do believe this will be 2 years in a row for Polybius to win a team's champion, or sorry, 2 years, 2 seasons in a row for Polybius as a AF3 team's champion. I believe he won the team's championship last season in the Brothman team before they rebranded as Polaris. And this battle still really close in here for what is now P5. Diego sitting in that position, but he has got Miles Rag for River Racing on his tail, with Zhao directly behind Miles. A mistake here will cost you 2 positions easily, if not 3, because Barry is getting back in this fight. Good news for Josh Brooks is he has been able to get up the road a little bit as Zhao goes down the inside of Miles Rag. Will that position change? Stick. He goes a little bit wide on the corner. Looks like he does complete that position as Miles is now going to have the inside line here. Can he get past? No, he cannot, but he is going to hold off Barry. We will switch Miles and Zhao around on the driver standings. River Racing really going to need to get that position back if they want to win this team's title. Jack Olivier still holding on to about a 2-second advantage in this race as the battle for P6 crosses the line. Now there's about 1 minute plus 1 lap left in this race. Field getting rather spread out now. 2 cars are off track. Barry and Miles are both off track, and they will lose 1 position as Mixtrol comes through. Don't know what happened there. Only 2 cars were off. Not going to bring out a safety car. Miles falling to P8. Barry falling to P9. That is not what River Racing needed at that stage in the battle for the team's title. Losing a unnecessary position. And now that really threw the field into a big gap here. Closest battle on track is the battle for P5, which is about a 6/10 of a second gap. Miles about 6/10 of a second also for Mixtrol. As Miles Rag now does make the move on Mixtrol. We are in the last lap of this race. Check in with our leader Zhao, see where he's at. He's about halfway through the lap, but managing a 2-second lead quite nicely. Diego Domingo, great recovery drive from him after he bended early in this race. Fell all the way to P10. He's now sitting P4. Still has the fastest lap in this race. And great recovery drive. Probably could not have asked for much more from him after he bended early. I'm sure he will be quite pleased with being able to get back to P4 and not have his drivers or team's title really under threat by anybody, as the gap currently sits at 20 points for the teams, 273, 253, and 14. Oh, wow. I just looked at that graphic. Apparently, Jack Olivier is on for the driver's title as he did not realize that he's passed Diego in the lead for the driver's title, 170, 156, with that 25 points he's going to be gaining from this race. As I guess we are now on the last lap. Maybe Jack had crossed that line before time ran out. We're doing an extra lap that I was unaware of. Still managing that 2.5 second gap as he's doing his last lap now. Not much on in the way of side-by-side racing. We'll check out this battle here with Thomas Cameron and G750s. Thomas Cameron goes down the inside in the plus 5 second car. The move was not on there, but he might have a better run out of the corner. He does not. Nothing on. He's going to get this slipstream through here. Maybe find some time. Not looking like it. We will go back to our leader as Jack Olivier takes the line to win race 1. That result is final. Jack Olivier, Pingyu Quinn finishing P2, Josh Brooks rounding out the podium positions. Let's pull up the live championship table. We will finalize some of these results. Jack P1, Pingyu Quinn P2, Josh Brooks 3, Diego Domingo 4, Polybius 5, Miles Rag 7, Vivels in 11th. Zhao finishing 6th. And the fastest lap will go to Diego Domingo, I believe. Double check that right now. Nobody else. 120.0. Nobody else anywhere near him. We will jump into the driver's chat real quick.
Points. And Ali's got
I have a championship points update for you.
This will be more accurate. Thank you.
Currently, after the results of race 1, the leader of the Drivers' Championship with 170 points is Jack Olivier, followed by Diego Domingo, 10 points behind at 160, followed by Pinguquin, 10 points behind at 150. Polaris Motorsports is still leading the team's title with 275 points. River Racing is just 21 points behind in second.
Just? Oh, okay.
So we gained 4 points.
I am sorry if there should have been a safety car on that first lap. I couldn't see what happened. The game froze and then immediately crashed.
Yeah.
Don't use the AF3 control app. That can sometimes.
Oh yeah, absolutely don't use that.
I mean, don't click it. You can have it on, but don't click it. Yeah, don't click on the map because
Maybe
apparently
just don't have it on.
the new CSP does shit to it.
I figured out the exact problem. Do not click on the cars that have disconnected.
Oh, Mythic, you're on pole.
Oh,
for God's
shit.
sake, right?
Oh, that is correct. Mythic will be starting on
Mosquito's
pole
so close
with
to the point.
Popovich.
I think this is going to be Nemania's win again, just like he did last week.
I know, not the plane.
I
As,
am willing to sacrifice
as Josh
this
Brooks
for
just so kindly pointed out, Nemanja did win from the reverse grid
Nice.
last week.
You
He will be
didn't,
starting
you
on
didn't
the front
teleport at all.
row.
It was only Josh that teleported.
Yeah.
I only did it once though, and I don't know why.
Yeah, you had a peak. You had a peak.
Yeah, that was actually quite funny on stream. I was actually watching that battle between you and Barry on stream, and you teleported away, and I thought Barry got the move on you. I thought you made a mistake, and then all of a sudden you were right in front of Barry again.
Yeah, like I thought you know how I said going into that corner, I said, Josh, would you mind like dying or something similar? And he just in front of my eyes, he just died, and then he just teleported.
I
back.
had you guys muted during the race.
So can I get clarification
I
from
know.
Redacted about the championship?
Yep.
How many points do the top 3 need to score before they start making gains on like for actual net gains? Because obviously they got drop scores and stuff. Or is everyone past that threshold now?
I couldn't tell you. I don't know how to tell that from you.
On your entry bit, there's a drop score column. So like some people, I think Diego's on 11 or something.
Mine was 11, Bingo was 19, I don't know the others.
Oh, no, Pingu's 18.
How
Pingu's
much
18.
fuel are you guys going to use?
Wait, so
And Jack's was is Jack?
How much
Is Jack's
fuel?
0?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Jack is 0.
Okay, so everyone is making gains now. So this is a straight race.
Hang on, sorry, I'm guaranteed to score 18 points in this race. Is that what you mean?
So Diego.
Everything you make. So take the points we have now, which is Jack leads by 10 over Diego, and then another 10 to Pingu Quinn.
Yeah.
From that straight race, you can ignore drops now. All the points count.
Well, I guess I'm out of it unless I win and Jack doesn't score. So.
Race 2 is a hell of a beast.
Why don't we punt him?
Yes.
Yeah, Diego, let's team up. We fought this whole season. Let's just punt out Jack.
All right, I'm gonna sit down here at
turn
turn
Diego in front of
1.
me and Pingu Quinn and Jack Olivier behind me. I'm
Yeah.
covered in championship protagonists. Actually,
Yeah.
Ali's in front of me directly as well.
Josh,
So.
Hello.
the safest thing for you to do is just like pull over.
50 seconds.
I
All right.
50. Just
All right,
50.
drivers.
I've got
I'm gonna go ahead and
I'll
mute
right
you.
behind.
Enjoy your final race of
Yeah.
AF3.
Guys, 40
All right, back to the live action here as we are getting ready for race 2 by Mythic, starting on that reverse grid pull with Nemanja Popovich on the front row. Nemanja did win race 2 last week at Phillip Island from the reverse grid front row, so I'm sure he's looking to repeat that. Drivers in the championship in good position. Diego Domingo starting P12 he's in a really good position. He could recover if there's some space for him to do so, get back up there into the top 5 like we saw him do in that first race. We've got the lights going on now. The lights are out, the drivers are racing, and Mixtroll immediately dives over to the left. Don't know what that was about as the drivers are making their way down to T1. And it looks like they're going to make it clean through T1 and T. There's 1, 2, 3. If you will excuse me. Attention all teams, there is a virtual safety car deployed.
It was late enough that I still lost 4 positions before.
How did Jack get ahead of me when he was behind me on the grid? What?
Where's the speed limit?
120, 120,
First and last,
120, 120 kilometers an hour.
Alright.
For the leader.
Yeah, for leader.
fucking 10. Woo! Nemanja, I just want to say
Yes,
what
Mosquito.
Holy shit.
I was boxed in, so I ended up turning. I think it was Diego. Yeah, I ended up turning Diego around, so I just boxed in. I couldn't go anywhere.
Yeah,
I got
there was
boxed
a
in
massive
between, like,
pile-up.
I think I just got boxed in between Cano and Joao, I want to say.
Somebody hit me, then I like lost the rear, then my braking was pretty poor, and then
Yeah, I saw you. Yeah, I saw you go into.
A more
are we
accurate
going green this lap?
Bikernieki moment.
Race
Are we
control.
going green this lap or?
Are we going green this lap, race control?
Yes, the green flag will fly at the end of this lap.
What position you in,
Cold
Miles?
tires. Don't forget
7.
cold tires.
Okay.
2 places up, and I've got Jack right behind me, so I'm shitting myself.
Push.
Yeah, I won't push back, John.
Man, I cannot see where Zhao is. Zhao is 17th. And Jack Olivia.
somebody's
Yeah,
on the
you're
grid
on the
again.
grid.
Thank you.
Green flag, green flag, green flag.
That was a bit early, wasn't it?
Fucking hell, Jack. Go on, mate.
Hey, Pelly, could you stop going into me, please? That'd be much appreciated.
Oh my lord, this is crazy, but the drivers are all on track. So that is good. Good for the drivers there. I'm looking for Jack Olivia here. He is up into P5. And the drivers are all over the place as far as the field goes. This field is really close together. Hard to follow what all is going on here. We have multiple drivers changing lots of positions here. 2 cars off. Will they collect any more? Doesn't look like they do. We're going to stay green. And that is a close battle there. River Racing, Polaris Motorsports, and Eppley sending the move on the outside of Josh Brooks into turn 2. And it looks like Josh Brooks will have the inside line there. He'll get the move done on Polybius, but will lose out to Eppley there. But he'll get a better run out of the corner maybe. And he does not. Eppley will maintain that position as Polybius loses out on 2 positions there. In this battle. Update that. Check in on Josh Brooks now moving up into 10th. Oh, Napoli is off. He's in the wall. Luckily, he does not take out anybody else. Loses out a couple positions. 1 to Polybius, 1 to Barry. As Polybius now puts the move down the inside on Josh Brooks. Vivos into the lead of this race, followed by Jack Olivier, who is P2, somehow our race 1 winner, hence, and runner-up, or our race 1 race 1 winner is now P2 in this race and looking good to maybe double up on a win. And Jack Olivier moves into the lead of this race. Diego is not going to like that. Move Diego up to the position he is, which is currently P4. We'll find his teammate Ali Yardinger in P11. Josh Brooks has made inroads to P10. Miles Rag for River Racing, sadly falling to P17. Pingu Quinn sitting P4. Vivols sitting now P3 as Popovich puts a move down the inside on him at the front of this race. Zhao is, I don't even know, P6. And I think our championship table is as up to date as it can be right now. Only thing we're missing might be a bonus point for fastest lap. Look at the live timing real quick and see where we're at on that. Fastest lap in this race currently is Jack Olivier, although that fastest lap will not stand for the entire race. I don't imagine, as it's in the 121s, and these drivers were doing low 120s in the first race. We got G750 losing a couple positions there, one to Josh Brooks and one to Thomas Cameron, as Josh Brooks moves himself up to P8, which unfortunately for him is not helping, as River Racing has now fallen behind Gladiator Racing for P2 in the team's championship, as Miles Rag is still out of the points. Check in, find a lots of action going on here. Car off in the background, rejoins in a safe manner. We will check in with our leader, who is maintaining a 1-second lead, and probably trying to stretch that gap out a little bit, get that 2 to 3 second lead that he had enjoyed for almost the entirety of race 1, as we are now about halfway through race 2. Jack Olivier crossing the line, 120.8, new fastest lap for him. Diego Domingo, 120.7. He will now be the fastest lap holder in this race, which is no change after what he did in the first race, setting the fastest lap. So we will update our championship table one more time. Diego Domingo currently P5. His teammate Polybius sitting P10. Josh Brooks for River Racing sitting in P8. No change there. Miles Rag still has just gotten himself back into the points at P14. Pingu Quinn. Oh no, Diego Domingo's falling out of the field. What has happened? He is stopped on track and has to wait to rejoin. He has fallen all the way out of the points, as we see another car. That is Mixtrol, who goes spinning like a top, doing the Mazda spin. Diego Domingo now falling from P5 all the way to P16. Puts him now P3 in the Drivers' Championship. That's not going to help him at all. He started this event in P1 in the championship. As we now check in, his teammate is now P8. Josh Brooks, couple positions ahead of him, P6. Miles Rag in 13th. Pingu Quinn in 4th still. Vivols in 3rd. Zhao is currently in 5th. And Jack Olivier still leading this race. So the championship table is up to date now, as Miles Rag puts a move onto Mario Fonseca there, and makes that position stick. Now moving himself up to P12. River Racing and Gladiator Racing now tied at 265 in this championship battle for P2 in the drivers' team's championship rather. We'll check in with Polybius, who's 8/10 behind by Mythic for P7, and he's got Barry Dane hot on his tail for that P8 position. We're going to have a nice little battle here. Barry and Polybius involved in a heated battle in the first race. Maybe some contention there, whether or not Polybius pushed him in a manner that led him off track, that cost him 3 positions in that first race at turn 1. But we will see that on Monday in the Steward stream. If if Barry Dane feels he was wrong. This gap's now down from 0.8 to about 0.3 each for both of these drivers to the cars in front. As Barry Dane's lining up on the outside, no move on there. As he sends a late move up the outside at turn 2, not going to work. Maybe going for the switchback. Who will get the better run out of turn 2? Barry Dane, Polybius alongside each other now. As we come through, oh, all 4 tires most certainly off track there for Polybius. Don't know how Barry's going to feel about him going through the grass to maintain his position in this race. Vivo's falling out of the top 3 there, falling off the podium, the Pingu Quinn. So we will switch these drivers around in the championship. Luckily, they are teammates, so it will not affect Gladiator Racing at all. River Racing holding a 1-point advantage somehow in this as it stands, but I don't think that's quite right because I think Miles Ragg might be improving. No, he's not. He's still P12 in this race. Josh Brooks still P6 in this race and not looking like he's going to be able to catch Zhao. He's 3.5 seconds back. We have 3.5 minutes of racing left plus 1 lap in race 2 for the AF3 championships, both drivers and teams on the line. Although Jack Olivier looking like he wants to win the driver's title as he has a near 30-point lead on Pingu Quinn for P2. This will be a Friday to forget for Diego Domingo as he led this championship coming in. Diego back into the points at P15. Polybius falling to P9. No changes for either of the River Racing drivers, still 6 and 12. The Gladiator Racing boys still 3 and 4. Oh no, Polybius is going around! Just barely able to save it, but he's going to lose a lot of time and maybe even a position there to Thomas Cameron in the plus 5 second racing car. Zhao still sitting P4, and our race leader looking for the double win, Jack Olivier, still leading this race as he's crossing the line now. Based on his position, if everything goes smoothly for him, there will be 3 more laps in this race. This lap plus 2 more to decide the AF3 championship for... I don't know what season this is. Let's see. Let's see if we can find that information. Anybody in chat know what season this is? Yes, this is season 5 of AF3. As the gaps are now starting to spread out, Eppley got a 1/10 gap to his guy in front as he's going to try and find a way around Thomas Cameron for P10, get himself into the top 10. Probably looking to make a move into this first 90, and I'm sure Miles Ragg, who's only a half a second behind Eppley, would like to follow him through. Eppley going around the outside through the 90, does make the move, makes it stick. Eppley now P10. Miles Ragg also on the inside now for the second 90-degree turn. He will be ahead of Thomas Cameron coming out of there. Miles Ragg moving up to P11 for River Racing, giving them now a 2-point advantage over Gladiator in the team's championship hunt. But Polaris Motorsports still with a commanding lead at 283 points. Looks like we saw Mario Fonseca make maybe a tad bit of a mistake there. Check in with Vivels, who's trailing his teammate by only half a second. Don't know if he will put much of a fight into this. Sure, the Gladiator Racing boys just trying to maintain the status quo here and not lose any positions or cause any undue stress on themselves. But they do need to catch Jack Olivier if they want any chance of winning this race, as Zhao goes way wide through that corner onto the grass. And maybe Josh Brooks seeing that mistake as an opportunity, hopefully, as Zhao might be running into some tire management issues and be running out of grip. The clock is now expiring on this race. the white flag will be out this time as Jack Olivier is making his run to the line with a near 6-second gap to Nemanja Popovic, as he is now on the start-finish straight. White flag out this time. This will be the last lap of racing in AF3 Season 5 with the inferior German Sports Car Club. Making his run down to turn 2. Nothing on as far as moves. Barry Dane got a close battle going with Mythic in front of him, and he's got Polybius right behind him. And we're going to one last time look at this, as we currently have Diego, who's moved up a couple of positions. He's now P12. Polybius still P9. Josh Brooks still P6. Miles Rag for River Racing still P11. No changes there. Pingu Quinn in 3 with his teammate Vivos. Oh, just losing out on a position there. Maybe to Zhao. Vivos looking like he's going to fight back on it. Vivos and Zhao fighting for 4 and 5. Zhao on the inside of the 90. Vivos getting a wide run there. Which one of these two will make it to the line first? Vivos being able to maintain that 4 position, and Zhao in 5th. If nothing changes, this will be how the race ends. As Jack Olivier takes the checkered flag, Jack Olivier will win the Drivers' Championship. Vivos will be able to hold off Zhao and finish P4. Zhao will finish P5. And Josh Brooks will finish P6. Polybius staying in the 9th slot. No changes there. Where did Diego Domingo finish? 12 and 11 for Diego and Miles Rag. And that will wrap up everything for our championship battle. So as it stands now, pending penalties, Jack Olivier winning the Drivers' Championship and Polaris Motorsport winning the team's title.
Jack, you've done it. Good job.
Good evening, drivers. After the results of race 2, Jack Olivier has a 29-point lead for the winner of the driver's title with 195 points. Pingu Quinn finishing 2nd and Diego Domingo finishing 3rd by 1 point.
Oof! Diego, I'm sorry.
Not even P2.
So that will be all, of course, pending stewarding on Monday. The AF3 team's title is Polaris Motorsport with 287 points. River Racing in 2nd with 267 points, exactly 20 behind. And Gladiator Racing finishing P3, 2 points behind River Racing.
Thank God for that.
Congratulations to Jack Olivier for being a double race winner here at the Bikernieki High Speed Ring and being the Season 5 champion in AF3.
Thank you.
I'd like to take a moment. Joao took P4 off of Vivos by 0.02 of a second.
I don't understand
Seriously,
how.
I
was
didn't
supposed to
even.
line
Yeah,
up.
I know. I don't know
On the
either.
real time, it said Vivos finished
I
ahead.
don't
I
know
crossed. I was
I
ahead.
saw
I
that
don't
too.
know.
No, there's absolutely no way that Zhao finished in front of Vivos. I watched it live. I was watching that battle the whole last lap. Vivos was literally a whole car in front of Zhao, and Zhao's bumper was touching Vivos. Front bumper was touching Vivos' back bumper.
That's what I thought too, but
I'll have to look at the
Brazil
replay
moment,
then.
I guess. Yeah.
And my results is showing that Zhao finished 5th, 1/10 behind Vivos.
Okay, yeah, that seems accurate. Yeah. I want to take a moment. I want to take another moment. This has been an incredible AF3 season, one of the best, even though River didn't win it. Thank you, everybody, for staying with us. I think this has probably been one of the most highly attended league, or most consistently highly attended leagues we've ever had. It's been so much. Thank you, guys.
Thanks to you, Josh.
Thank you guys for the
Thanks,
season.
everybody.
Thanks to everyone. Yeah.
Thank you,
Is
everybody.
the,
I wanna...
is the next,
Thanks, guys.
Do you
Also,
remember
remember
when?
the calendar is
Thanks,
coming
everybody.
up.
Second, but do you remember when we said this season wasn't getting as much attendance? Do you
No,
remember when we said that at the start?
No, we had like
We never had that.
20
We
something,
had like
yeah.
28 for the first round, and then like something like mid to low 20s for most of the season. It was 19 today, which I'm thinking is the lowest we've had all season. 18 we had last week. So still 18
So-
minimum is incredible.
Color me surprised. I didn't expect this league to work, but this made it work. So
That's a great car. What do you want?
I'm literally going to delete it now.
I thought you liked it. Now with this race.
No, fuck no.
He had fun in the second race. We heard it on the voice
Yeah,
chat.
yeah, we heard it. We heard
Yeah,
it.
that's
You
actually
can't lie.
racing badly and having fun, but the car is so bad.
Blocked so hard.
How close?
Shall we go to another
Absolutely.
VC? Another VC, maybe.
No. Well, everyone in here will want to hear this as well.
How close was the team's championship? Like top
20
two?
points.
Okay, so I can't. I'm
We,
not gonna
we
look
gained
at-
another point, so we were better than Polaris today.
Yeah, my race got ruined in race 2. We could have done that.
You did a good job.
I mean, like,
I've never raced this car, so I had no confidence.
But he did a great
It's
job.
taken me all season to
Without
get
the
confidence.
practice.
I only just got confidence today. Now then, season 6. We already announced last week it's going to be the British touring cars from 2014, minus the BMW.
with a tiny modification, as in a 7th gear, because they top out really fucking quickly.
Now, the calendar, we've been quite tight-lipped about this. Not really. But I can finally announce the calendar for season 6. The first round will be on the 13th of August at Sportsland Sugo. Round 2, we're going to Brands Hatch.
GP.
Round 3, we're going to Puebla. And then round 4 at Jyllandsringen in Denmark. Round 5 will be a driver's vote between 4 tracks: Pukekohe, Carolina Motorsports Park, Sonoma, and Mont Tremblant. Round 6 will be at Troyton. Round 7, Antioquia in Colombia. And round 8, the season Antioquia, sorry, wrong intonations. And round 8, the season finale, will be on Nords.
Nordschleife Endurance Cup.
For 2 3-lap sprints well, not really sprints, they're kind of endurance at that point. For AF3 season 6 in the British Touring Cars. I've driven Nords in the British Touring Cars. They are insanely fun.
Go vote for Sonoma because it's the best track.
Vote for Carolina Motorsports Park. As for the sign-ups, they will be open at 8 p.m. UTC. That's in 35 minutes' time. Have a guess why.
They're done? Didn't even know that.
The sign-ups will be open soon, TM.
Soon, TM.
The sign-ups will be open in 35 minutes. I just need to make them. That's why I've given myself 35 minutes.
Are you going to post it in AF3 chat?
No.
Where will it be?
Join AF3 today.
Thank you.
Join AF3 today, and I'll also post in announcements as well.
Yeah.
There'll be an everyone ping coming for that as well. Congratulations to Diego, to Pingu Quinn, and to Jack Olivier.
Yeah, I was going to say.
And
Diego appreciation.
Everybody who votes for Carolina Motorsports Park in the driver vote gets 10 bonus points in the drivers' championship.
Wrong, completely wrong. Go
completely,
for
completely true. If you vote for Carolina Motorsports Park, you get 10 bonus points.
Sonoma's the best track, and you know it. Anyway,
Sonoma's not even the best track in that state.
Which state is it in? Oh, Laguna. Oh,
Long Beach.
Sonoma more.
It's in California.
But that's AF3 Season 5 done, and AF3 Season 6 announced.
I would be more excited, but I knew about it, so it doesn't really hit as hard.
You know, actually, I'm excited about this because I completely forgot some of these track decisions we made until I pulled up the calendar before we did the announcement.
Nice.
So yeah, this is going to be a... What's that?
Basically all Josh tracks almost.
No, you can't say Nords is a Josh track.
No, I said almost for a
North
reason.
the Pingu track.
I said
Sonoma's
almost for a reason.
definitely not a Josh track.
I said almost. I said almost.
Brands. It's like half.
It was more than half when we started.
Yeah.
We talked him down to something slightly more normal.
You didn't talk me down. I talked myself down. I tried doing did some testing on some of the tracks that I'd come up with, and I was like, actually, this is quite bad. Let's change it for something else.
Yeah, the original draft had even more Josh.
I think there's only 2 tracks that were on the original draft that are on the final draft, the final version.
Yeah, it changed a lot.
Yeah.
There's Sugo and
No.
Nords.
Polly,
Yeah.
No, Suko wasn't even in the first draft.
Polly,
Yes.
That was.
I'm gonna send you a
No,
DM
no, it wasn't.
early, just telling you.
Okay.
Twitch chat has said that this season was amazing to watch, and that it's not enough it's not prototype enough for Mythic, and that there was too much mechanical grip and not enough aero.
Yeah.
No, I actually really like the cars, but I can't race it this season.
Let me guess, it's Robert and Charles who said that in the chat.
No, it was Maddie and Riley.
Oh,
If I could, I would actually hella race it because it's so fun to drive those cars.
Antigunia or whatever. Good job, Danny.
Antigone.
Good job.
Antigua?
That's literally my home race. That's the state I was born in.
There's a racetrack on Antigua?
Yes,
So
yes, there is.
there are gonna be so many mispronunciations. I love it.
Antioquia.
Especially for
Antioquia.
especially for Jyllandsringen.
Should we tell the story of how Jyllandsringen ended up in the calendar?
I don't
even
remember.
remember.
Yeah, I don't
On my
remember.
list, thought it was a Josh track and went, yes, we need to have this. No, there was another story, but I can't remember the story.
Oh yeah, we got
Okay.
rid of a better track for it, didn't we?
No, okay, what happened? Without going into not exactly good details, we were deciding on the calendar, and there was a track on it, and Josh went like, no, actually, I want to replace this. So he went to his list, just chose a Josh track, he put it on there. And since everyone else was talking about a book, a German book,
On the stream, 'cause we're getting on. Good night, everybody.
It's just a German
Good
book.
night.
It's just a German book. There are so many German books. I mean, it's nothing particular.
Yeah, it was a German book by that Hans Christoph Andersen guy.
Yeah.
Wasn't by him.
no one stopped him.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically Josh put the track on the calendar, and then that was it.
Yeah, but what was the track we had before that for that?
Oschersleben.
Ah, right.
Osher
Yes,
Sleep
it was the
Moto.
better track. You're right. Okay, there you go.
Oschersleben isn't good.
Yeah,
It's
say
okay.
it's such a turd of a racetrack. How dare you say Oscherslaben's good?
You're wrong.
It's not bad, it's just you hyped it so much and it's not.
The only way you get worse than Oschersleben is if you go like to Tilka tracks like Coda or Sachi or Abu Dhabi.
I did AF4 on it. I did AF4 on it. I can tell you it was great, and it was the only fucking race that was clean that season.
Well, it's AF4. That's not saying much.
And by clean, I mean like we had like 3 VSCs or whatever.
Anyway, does anybody have any final things to say about AF3 Season 5?
I do.
I got the
don't let him
point.
say it. No, don't say it, Pingu.
I got so much crashed. I'm so happy. I'm gonna
What do you mean
start a
don't
wreck
say it?
press video.
Ingu's gonna do
You
it.
had
And I
so
know.
bad lag.
Fuck! I couldn't mute him in time. God damn it.
All right, that's enough of this. Good night, everybody. Thank you for
Good
tuning in
night.
for the race.
Good evening.
And yeah, be sure to tune in Sunday night for an AF1 race.
No.
No?
Next
No, it's
week.
not
Next
happening.
week.
Oh, there's not AF1 this
There's
week,
AF2. There's AF2 tomorrow.
but it won't be streamed.
Oh, true.
So be sure to tune in on.
No, I'm gonna do AF2.
Oh, are you?
Okay.
Okay,
I didn't
be
know that.
sure to tune in tomorrow night for an AF2 race streamed by Mosquito here on Twitch. And then to close out our weekend, we'll have the stewarding stream on Monday, where we will review incidents from this event and AF2 tomorrow. So it should be a rather short stewarding stream, since AF2's only ever like 1 or 2 reports, and we'll be good to go. So AF2
Seems
tomorrow.
to be the busiest race for incidents we've ever had in AF2.
AF2 tomorrow at Sepang. Good night, everybody.